It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Giants and the Packers, and it's all up next.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the... the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Jones. Forced out to his left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Throwing Jones. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Touchdown, Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson, 60 yards. And the Giants will strike first here in this wild card matchup. I'm not flying. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll go with Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A big roll of the dice this on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage is in lockdown mode everywhere.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Another catch from Melton. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Throwing is Rodgers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their 1st drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now Jones. He finds Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one on the line of scrimmage. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll run it with Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He's able to find Melton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Now a first down carry by Jones to about the 26 here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here on the NFC side of the bracket. And this one looks like it should be a dandy, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. For this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Rodgers again now. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. Hauled in on the out route by Melton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Rodgers now on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now Jones. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and still.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up with safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great.
Back now at Lambeau. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are right back in this football game. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. This pass complete to Melton, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know, this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw pulled in by Melton. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. And Jones has it over the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. The late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game. And here, the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Rodgers will throw for it. Being chased, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And Brandon puts his times before the game. They want to end every series with a kick, punt, PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now Jones and the Giants down by 8, 2:11 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Wan'Dale Robinson. His second touchdown of the night. And the Giants have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. One more hurdle here. They need the 2-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. Here's Jones. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge, huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Able to find Melton. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. To throw is Rodgers. Another catch from Melton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Rodgers to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Here's Jackson to return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And New York set to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. Able to get this all the way out close to midfield, just what the doctor ordered on play one of this drive in crunch time.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team, and try and get...
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Giants are going to hang on.